Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with Will. I'm super excited to be able to do these series with you guys. I hope everything has been going well for you. I hope everybody's been staying safe. And I hope these videos that I've been making have been helping a lot of you guys out. I know I've heard some stuff from some people from the past videos that said that they learned new information and it's going to be able to help them out in the future, and they want to get together with me and ask me more questions, which is completely fine with me, you guys. If you want to do that, just get in contact with me if you have any questions about anything that I went over. I was thinking about today and what I wanted to talk about. One of the things that we're thinking about is during these times, the Bible talks about how there's going to be diseases, there's going to be a whole bunch of different things happening in the world in the end times. And, we don't know for sure if we're in the end times. It looks a lot like it, I know. But one of the things that I want to do with you guys is get you prepared for this episode. So this episode will be dedicated to: is your family prepared for the future when it comes to a natural disaster? Okay. Us out here in California, we don't really have a lot of different natural disasters that happen to us. One of the just a couple things that usually can happen out here. A big thing is earthquakes. Another is fires. Over here in the Bay Area, especially, the big fires that have been happening. They can get pretty close. I know it just starts spreading and going across the land, so we got to be prepared for stuff like that. And earthquakes. Earthquakes is a big one out here. For it could happen anytime. It could be a big one, it could be a small one, but we got to be prepared for these things to happen, right? So one of the things I want to talk to you about was with earthquakes. Is your family prepared in case of an earthquake? Have you talked to everybody in the family, let them know, the best places to go ahead and get into shelter, to duck and cover? Do they know what parts of the houses are the most sturdiest that can withstand the shakes of an earthquake? Have you talked to your family about that stuff? And then maybe, does your family have a place to get together? Have you guys talked about, oh, if anything ever happens and we get, lost, or we get just separated, is there a special place that you guys have that you guys can meet back up at? And also, if something happens, maybe like a stranger comes up or anything like that, because you guys got separated, does your family have a secret password that only a few other people know, that if they say that password, that it's okay for your children to go with them? My mom had that for us growing up. At school, if somebody came to pick us up that wasn't my mom, they had to say the secret password to us to make sure that they were okay for us to go with. But that's something that you guys could talk about as well as a family. But that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was, if there was an earthquake and something happened where it was a really, really big one, is your family prepared for that? Do you guys have maybe food? Do you guys have candles to be able to light up the house if the electricity goes out? Food that can stay dry, that can last for long times? Do you guys have stuff like that? Do you have water? You have things in a backpack, that you might need to be able to survive outside, outdoors? Do you have things like that? I'm not saying be a doomsday prepper. I'm just saying to be prepared in case something does happen, to where maybe you have to survive on your own for a couple of days. But are you guys prepared if there's a giant earthquake? And then the other thing with the fires, are you guys prepared if there's a huge fire that comes across our lands? One of the things is looking at back at the Napa fires, all the people that had to leave their homes. They had to, get out of there. They had to evacuate and leave. I'm pretty sure a lot of them weren't prepared for that. You see videos of people driving through just tall flames with their cars, trying to get out of the neighborhoods. It's something you have to think about. So does your family have a place to go to if anything ever happens and there's a fire that they have to evacuate their homes? If your house is on fire, does your family know where the exits are? Do they know that they need to stop, drop, and roll? Do they understand that smoke goes up, so that they stay low, that they'll be good? Do you have all your documents, your private, personal documents that are very special or very important to you guys? Do you have fireproof boxes that they're in? Just in case your house catches on fire. Do you have stuff like that? Do you have fire extinguishers in the house? Are they up to date? Are they not expired? It's just different things that you have to start thinking about preparing your family for in case of any natural disasters. Other things that can happen, but we don't see it here in California. Tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, different things like that. You guys should start looking up in case any of those things do happen. What are the things that you guys need to be able to prepare your family for that? Okay, but that's just a couple things I wanted to go and bring to you guys' attention, is make sure that you guys are prepared if there is a natural disaster. Okay, you guys. So that's all I got for you today, and hopefully you go ahead and join in next week to see what else that we're going to talk about. All right, you guys. I'm having fun with this stuff, and I hope that you guys are having fun too. All right, you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you next week.